Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Warriors know they still have a lot of options for a big trade to be made. Updates can be made at any time. Every top scorer and good player interests the Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are currently in a state of flux following the departure of Klay Thompson earlier this summer. The front office fell short in their pursuits of Paul George and Lauri Markkanen. However, they did acquire DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield during the summer, adding depth to Steve Kerr's rotation. Nevertheless, it's fair to expect some more movement from the franchise in the coming months. According to Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus, Kyle Kuzma could emerge as a potential trade candidate for Golden State if they choose to consolidate some of their younger talent. Kuzma has 3 years remaining on his current 4-year $90 million contract. He's also proven himself to be one of the most consistent forwards in the NBA, excelling throughout his tenure in Washington. If the Warriors aren't willing to pay Kuminga and Moody, perhaps they can relocate them to the Washington Wizards for Kyle Kuzma, Pincus wrote. Golden State would need to include others like Kevin Looney and Gary Payton too, and roster space would be an issue for the Wizards taking in that many players, but it's workable with some creativity. Kuzma has $3.1 million of unlikely incentives, but the Warriors can stay below the first apron this year, and next, in adding the one-time NBA champion. Kuzma played in 70 games for the Wizards last season, averaging 22.2 points, 6.6 rebounds and 4.2 assists, while shooting 46.3% from the field and 33.6% from three-point range. His presence on Golden State's roster would provide Kerr with a reliable frontcourt option who can easily slot into the starting lineup and help the franchise compete for a championship. However, Golden State's front office may not be willing to meet Washington's asking price if it means parting ways with too many younger talents. Nevertheless, if Kuzma does become a legitimate trade target for the franchise, the Warriors have more than enough assets to get a deal across the finish line. Warriors reportedly work out 5-year NBA veteran Adam Taylor, Warriors Wire. The Golden State Warriors continue to search for ways to improve their roster ahead of the new season. According to Keith Smith of Spotrac, the Warriors are one of 4 teams to have worked out Nasir Little in recent days. Little, 24, spent last season with the Phoenix Suns, averaging 3.4 points and 1.7 rebounds across 45 games. He also shot 46% from the field and 30% from three-point range. The other teams to work out the veteran forward are the Boston Celtics, Sacramento Kings, and Miami Heat. The Suns waived Little earlier this summer as they looked to free up some roster space to retool their rotation after a disappointing end to their playoff run. Golden State has 14 players under contract for next season. As such, if they believe Little can provide something to their roster, they have the room to sign him to a deal for the upcoming campaign. Little has 5 years' experience in the NBA. He spent his first 4 years with the Portland Trail Blazers before moving to Phoenix for the 2023-24 season. At 6'5", he has good size for his position and can provide some much-needed slashing and off-ball defense for Steve Kerr's roster. Nevertheless, the front office may decide that keeping an open roster spot is more valuable for the current moment, as it would provide the franchise with additional flexibility closer to the February 6 trade deadline. Free agent wing Nasir Little has had workouts with the Boston Celtics, Golden State Warriors, Miami Heat and Sacramento Kings, a league source told at Spotrac. Currently, Little is still a free agent. As such, he is free to sign with any team in the league. Whether the Warriors opt to extend a contract offer will remain to be seen, but it's clear they may face competition for his services.